everyone, and today I'd like to talk about relationships. So I think this series of videos, they will be based on my own experience and my own understanding. I'm referring to human design, but I'm giving you my personal outlook on how I start to observe certain things. And yes, it took me about 10 years of my own experiment. And yes, I have followed steps of human design. I have my reading, I have observed my open centers, and I have followed my strategy, which is to live in response. I'm a generator. But right now I want to talk, just like, let's say, my experience about me and my experience about relationships. So first, why, often people come to me for a reading about really based on they want to understand the relationships with the partner or the children. And I say, you see, if you don't know where you stand, if you don't know where yourself expresses more, when you don't know that, you will be confused between the influence of the person on you and your own open centers. So this is the key: knowing where you are and who you are, and feeling your energy and being in touch and in tune with how your energy interacts with others. I think that's the very, very key to the relationships. And that's why they say knowing yourself is the key. And I do really feel it very mechanically about myself. So once I started to be familiar with how my energy responds, how it feels inside of me when something is not wrong, is not correct, where are my boundaries, where my boundaries are constantly being crossed, and how I experience that. When I get more confirmations about all this, I have arrived to the point where I see the other, I see how they express themselves, I see how it impacts me. And I can clearly see, whether my open centers get overwhelmed in situations when I'm exposed to maybe too much information or too much emotional chaos, or whether my energy literally got in touch with a fixed energy of the other person, and I am receiving constant confirmations that the other person experiences things similar than me, and that the other person lives the self similarly to me. This is where I found the ground for communication, for confirming the experiences, confirming that this is exactly what I see in this life. This is how life feels to me. I found that I do find more common ground with people who have certain things as I have. Being a generator, I absolutely adore relationships with projectors, because they see life from the outside, so they give me the intake, the view. I do know that my beautiful friends projectors, I use their time carefully, and I know they are not here all the time to interact with others. And whenever they give me those precious bits and their views on the situations, on me, on how they see the life, that's very precious. At the same time, I find that the most friendly and comfortable and relaxed relationships I have with generators, my own type, because the way we rub our auras, the way we feel each other, the way we impact each other, those whom resonate with, that feels maybe the most familiar, the most comfortable, because sometimes I do experience those people as a kind of my my kind, you know. I do feel I can relate more. There is so many more things to I can confirm to them that I see their responses, and I do find that normally I do tend to have a more friendships and simple relationships with generators. I have I think two manifestor friends, and I do appreciate them for their directness and honesty, and how when they impact me, like it's so obvious, you know. They call me, they tell me, they inform me. um I can feel their energy being very direct, and whenever I try to initiate with them, I know that I will have to go back and wait until their energy starts moving. And when their energy starts moving, all I have to do is to confirm, do I have the response at the moment? And if I do, you know, it just like goes full speed. I have had interactions with reflectors recently, and I have never experienced environments, community, and space around me as I experienced that being surrounded by a reflector. It's a very interesting experience, and I am deeply, deeply grateful for how these people opened up to me all this ability to reflect, ability to share, ability to let me see what is happening in front of me, and how I felt the environment through them is just really, really incredible. I think reflectors are very selective, and meeting a reflector and having a, you know, very close relationship to them is something very rare. um, I do find that it's very different communication than compared to like generators and the reflectors. They're much more involved into the environment that they are involved in that particular person, and the environment defines how they move or how they flow, and then the transits definitely. And just looking at all these different types and all these different energies, it just confirms to me how precious it is to live life as yourself and sharing your uniqueness with others. And living life as yourself brings so much acceptance and so much understanding and so much profoundness. I could never enjoy this ride as much as I enjoy it now. And I love the sense of ease, just to let things be the way they should be, and let them unfold without too much of the mind trouble. So I hope you have enjoyed me sharing my experience about myself and relationships. And if you have any questions or would like me to share on some particular point, I will be very glad to hear that. And if you are ready, if you are in the point where you have reached the place where you are ready to take a personal reading, just remember that before we do personal reading, you can always reach me, and we set up a free 15-minute talk just to recognize how well we are connecting and to confirm if I'm the right person to do your personal reading. Thank you.